graders, it's Miss Street here on this rainy Wednesday. It's hump day, but what does hump day even mean anymore? I'm not even sure. But I have chosen some rainy background music because I give up, and that's where I am with the rain. So I'm just going to incorporate it into the lesson because that's fun. So before we subitize, I want to review. We've talked about this last week and yesterday. For second grade is the associative property. And second graders, you don't have to know that it's called associative property. You just really need to understand what it means. And what it means is when you change the grouping of 3 or more add-ins, which is the numbers you add, does not change the value or the sum. And so I have an example here. So it doesn't matter how we group the numbers because we're going to get the same value. Okay, so we're going to look at that with our subitizing. This rainy music makes me sleepy. Here we go. I'm going to leave this up longer. So how many to make 10? I see that I have 2, and I know I would need 8. Whoops. Tricky finger. And then here I can subitize, I have 9 right there. So I know I'm going to need, I have 2, and I'm going to need 8 from here, so that'll leave 1 left over. So let's take a look at the next screen. You have the choice. So I can say 2 plus 9 is the same as 2 plus 8 plus the 1. Then I can see that I have 10 plus 1, and that has the same value as 11. Or I can see that a different way. That's the beauty of the associative and commutative property. All right, how many to make 10? Are you kidding me right now? This is killing me. Here we go. You know, at the beginning of COVID, it didn't want to even move for me, and now it's like moving up by itself. Yeah, I think, did we just do that? No. How many to make 10? 1 to make 10 and 1 left over. So again, you can look at it different ways. This is the way we just looked at it, and this is a different way you can look at it. Keeping in mind commutative and associative properties. And Miss Street knows that is very, very hard, and I will do my best to make more. I have to turn that rainy music off. To do more with that with you guys. So today we are looking at 2.NBT.7. Adding and subtracting within 1,000 and relating the strategy to a written method. And I love that Miss Tracy Ramsey just did this in first grade. So we have to write too. We can use concrete or model drawings. Strategies we know based on place value, the properties of operations, and the relationship between addition and subtraction. So last week and yesterday we did this problem and we showed 2 different strategies. Today we have a new problem. I'm excited. And I've decided I'm going to use a different strategy that I didn't use yesterday or last week. So here we go. This one kind of makes me sad. The teacher bought popsicles for field day. We had virtual field day. I hope your school did that too. She bought 315 red popsicles and 250 purple popsicles. Holy smokes, how many kids are in this woman's class? That's what I want to know. Jeez. How many popsicles did the teacher buy? Show 2 strategies to solve this problem. So, to begin with, Miss Street's going to move my stuff around. I'm going to start with concrete. You're on top of a box, so I don't know what's going to happen. It might fall over. Who knows? Okay. So we're going to start with the concrete. And Miss Street is using, you can use base 10 blocks, but Miss Street does not have base 10 blocks. So I'm going to use my cards as my hundreds, my markers as my tens, and these little guys as my ones from a Connect 4 game that I have, okay? So let's look. We want to see the teacher bought popsicles for field day. Can you see the problem? You can't. So we're going to start with, she bought 315 red popsicles. Okay, that's what that first part says. I'll show you again. 315 red popsicles. Holy moly. Okay, so 315, I'm going to show you that concretely. So there's 100, 200, 300, plus 10, plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Also want to make note that I can show 315 a different way. I don't know that I have that many, I'm going there, markers, but watch, I want to show you something. So I could say 100, 200, 1, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So it's a different form of the number, but it's still 100, 200. I have 10 tens, and that's 300. So then I can add one more 10 to make 300. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I just want you to know there's different ways you can show 315. Okay? But let me see what the next number is. Yeah, I don't have enough of these to do that. So I'm going to go back to this. So there's 100, 200, 300, 10, 300, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So let's look at the second part. Then she bought 250 purple popsicles. Purple popsicles. Okay, so I'm going to show that. I'm going to add 200, 1, 2, 50. So I'm going to, oops, I took away my 10. I'm going to add 5 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 0 ones. So it's asking me how many popsicles did the teacher buy? So because Miss Street did this concretely with my manipulatives that I just made up, I can see I have 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So I have 560, 561, 562, 563, 564, 565. Or I could subitize and just see that that's 5, okay? So for my first strategy, I could draw what I just did. I can do that. So let me show you what that would look like. Let me see if I can get you closer. Moving on closer to my paper. All right, that's about as good as it's going to get. So what I did was I said, all right, so she bought 315 red. So here's 100, 200, 300. I'm just going to draw a line for my 10. So 100, 200, 300, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Try to draw me some stupidizing. Can you see? Not really, because Miss Street did that too little. That's okay. I can make it bigger. How's that? So that's 315, and I'm going to change my color. I'm going to show, and I'm using concrete models and drawings. It's always important to start there. So then I'm going to add 250 purple popsicles. 1, 2, that's 200, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So if I add all those together, so if I said 315 plus 250, that's going to have the same value as 500s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. and 5 ones. So I've shown that concretely. I see you can see that pretty good so far. So now Ms. Street wants to show a different strategy. And this strategy, I want to use a number line because number lines are fun. Number lines matter, okay? So here I go. I'm going to draw this number line. I'm not going to draw my arrows on the end yet because I want to see. So I had 315. That's kind of, I guess, where I started maybe. So I want to also show you this. Your number line doesn't always have to start at 0. It's a true story. So I'm going to start my number line at 315. I am. What do you think my next step would be if I was using the number line? Go 315, and then I'm going to add 250. Add hundreds? Okay, so if I add 100, I've got 315. Let's just do a jump for 100. Doesn't have to be perfect. So that's adding 100. What's 300? 415. So I'm adding 250, so I can add another 100. Plus 100. 415, 515. And then I'm going to add on 50 because I've added 200. There's 100, 200. Now I'm going to add on 50. So how can I do that? Count by tens. So I'm going to do little hops for that. So 515, 520, 525. Miss Street is counting by fives and not tens. Miss Ramsey, Ringo, Rango, Tingo, Tango. Dinosaurs have pins? Chins. I don't remember. I can count by tens. So 515, that's 525, 535, 545, 555, 565. That's how I know. Let's make sure we count our humps because we want to have 5 humps to represent 50. So there's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Perfect. Or you guys could also show it with numbers. So Miss Street's showing lots of strategies just because it's great to be able to see it different ways. And also, if you're working with a group, you'll be able to see what your group thought, what their thinking was. Miss Street's taken an online math class with some McDowell County teachers, and we all go about our problems in different ways, and that's okay. So I've got 315 plus 250. Okay, so I can do this based on place value. I can say 300 plus 10 plus 5 and 200 plus 50 plus 0. I can do it this way too. And this helps me to see my place value. And parents, your kids, even though this problem doesn't deal with this, they don't, the way we were taught to borrow and carry, or I don't mean borrow, but carry the one and all that, your kiddos do not need to know that. They need to know how to set up the problem easily so they can find their solution. So we can easily add 5 and 0 is 5. 10 and 50, or 50 and 10, we know is 60. And 3 plus 2, we know is 5, so that's 500. So 500 plus 60 plus 5, we could say is even 560 plus 5. And then we could say 565. And being able to work our problems like this is going to be really helpful to us in the future of mathematics. Miss Street loves you guys. I hope you have the best day ever. You know, sing in the rain. Just go outside in the rain. Ask your mom first before you do that. Just go have fun outside in the rain. That's the way Miss Street feels about all this weather. I'm just going to go out there and get after it, even if it's raining. Okay, I'll be back at 12 with 3rd grade, so I'll see you soon.